Title: The Wild West of AI, Should Labs Be Held Accountable for Autonomous Hacking? Intro music, midnight to 0:30. Host: Welcome to Tech Ethics, the podcast where we explore the intersection of technology and responsibility. I'm your host, Naeem. Today, we're discussing a critical issue that's been making waves in the cybersecurity community: autonomous hacking. With the rise of AI-powered hacking tools, governments are struggling to keep up. But who should be held accountable when these tools wreak havoc? Should AI labs be treated like the owners of dangerous animals? Let's dive in. Segment 1: The Rise of Autonomous Hacking, 0:30 to 5 o'clock. Host: Autonomous hacking has arrived, and it's changing the game. AI-powered tools can now launch sophisticated attacks without human intervention. This raises serious concerns about accountability and control. Our guest expert, guest name, a leading cybersecurity researcher, join us to shed some light on this issue. Guest, thank you for having me. Autonomous hacking is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it can help organizations test their defenses and stay ahead of threats. On the other hand, it can be used for malicious purposes, causing significant harm. Segment 2, The Government's Conundrum, 5 to 10 o'clock. Host: Governments are not prepared to deal with the implications of autonomous hacking. Existing regulations and laws are outdated, and it's unclear who should be held responsible when AI-powered hacking tools cause damage. Our guest explains the challenges governments face. Guest: Governments are struggling to keep up with the pace of technological advancements. They need to update their laws and regulations to address the unique challenges posed by autonomous hacking. But it's a complex issue, and finding the right balance between innovation and accountability is key. Segment 3, The Lab as Owner Analogy, 10 to 1500 hours. Host: This brings us to our main question: should AI labs be treated like the owners of dangerous animals? If a lab creates an AI-powered hacking tool that causes harm, should they be held liable? Our guest weighs in on this analogy. Guest: The lab as owner analogy is an interesting one. Just as a dog owner is responsible for their pet's actions, AI labs should be accountable for the tools they create. However, it's not a straightforward issue. AI systems can be complex and unpredictable, making it difficult to determine liability. Conclusion: 15 to 1600 hours. Host: As we conclude, it's clear that the rise of autonomous hacking poses significant challenges for governments and AI labs. The lab as owner analogy is a useful framework for thinking about accountability, but it's just the starting point. We need to have a nuanced discussion about the responsibilities that come with creating and deploying AI-powered hacking tools. Thank you to our guest expert for shedding light on this critical issue. Outro music, 16 to 1630. Host: That's all for today's episode of Tech Ethics. Join us next time as we explore more pressing issues at the intersection of technology and responsibility.